Guys, welcome back to another interesting video. Today we're going to be checking out this video from Cross-Examined. I made a video sometimes this week from Cross-Examined where there was a conversation about gender agenda, right? And today's video is a challenge to the moral argument. This video actually found it very interesting. So we're going to be seeing this together and we're going to be dissecting it and talking about it. Before we dive into it, my name is Oge. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, do well to like, share, subscribe, turn your post notification bell, and make sure you drop a comment on what you think about this video, okay? Let's check this out together.
Hello, I'm Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
No, so you make three specific arguments for the existence of God. A creative argument, an argument for design, and an argument for morality. I first off would like to try and take down the argument on morality.
Go ahead.
Because it's not actually an argument for the existence of a God, it's the argument for the fact that we should have an idea of an existence of a God. Because otherwise there would be no moral basis from which we could sit on. And I disagree with that because I feel that humans are inherently altruistic and moral.
Okay, all right, stop there for just a second, Nathaniel. What do you mean by altruistic and moral?
We are giving and we care about each other.
Why is that good?
Why is that good? Because it helps our species survive.
Why is it good to survive?
Because then we can propagate and move on as a species and continue to exist.
So why is that a good thing? Who said?
Why is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Because that is what it is.
Okay, good question.
Well, that's an is. That's not an ought, though. Stalin would say, fine, Nathaniel, I'm going to survive by killing you and taking your stuff. Why is he wrong?
Yeah.
Because Stalin would have the initial urge not to. He would feel that the inherent urge of humans is to be caring for one another. There are situations where humans will not be caring about one another, and those are exceptional. But because humans are inherently altruistic, his first urge would be to take care of the person or try and help them. But if he has some motivation against that, then he would no longer have that urge. And he would decide that he wants to kill them because he has a reason to.
Well, again, I think you're begging the question as to what altruism is. Why is taking care of others a good thing if there is no God? That's your opinion. Is there an external referent, an authoritative, unchanging referent that you're getting that opinion from, which makes it objective, or is it just something you feel?
Humans, so if you take it from the stance that this is something that is consistent throughout humanity, that we care about one another, then we could superpose that as a moral impulse that we have. Okay,
let me agree with you. I think we do have a moral impulse. And that's exactly what C.S. Lewis said in The Abolition of Man, when he looked at all the diverse cultures and he said, they agree on basic morality. Now, how do you explain that basic morality? Well, there's maybe different ways to explain it, but some will say that's because God has written it on our hearts. But the issue isn't how we know it. The issue is, why is altruism, as you put it, or caring for one another, a good thing? Who said?
Okay. It's not necessarily who said, it is what is. We are altruistic. There is no need for someone to say that it is a good thing. It is what we are.
But if Hitler or Stalin comes along and says, I don't want to be altruistic, I want to be selfish and take everything for myself, and if I have to kill you to do that, I'm going to do that, why is that objectively wrong?
Because he is not taking care of other people.
Who said it's... Where are you getting this standard this objective standard that you ought to take care of people? Where does that come from if there's no God?
So I'm just going to talk about a little example that I know of and some others. So there's three different points I'd like to make. First off, we still exist. If we did not take care of each other, as a social species, we would have very, very limited capabilities of still existing. We need to band together. We need to take care of each other. We need to be friendly to one another.
That's presupposing that survival is a good thing. Why is it a good thing? And why us surviving? Why not roaches or antelope or black widow spiders?
Why do you need the concept of good there? We're still surviving, and we're being nice, kind to each other. We are being caring for one another.
Forgive me, Nathaniel, but you're stealing the standard of goodness from God's universe to try and make your worldview work. But if there is no objective, authoritative moral standard beyond us, then atheism doesn't work.
You know, I think you're right. There is something to that. The idea of good and evil is in a lot of ways a religious concept. But why do we need that?
Well, it depends on what you mean by religion. I'm just talking, we can leave religion out of it, it's a loaded term. Let's just say the source, ontologically, which means the study of being. Where does morality come from? Are you an atheist?
Come from.
Okay, are you a materialist?
No.
Okay, so you believe in immaterial reality, that's good. How do you explain immaterial reality if there is no God?
Could you define immaterial reality?
Oh, let's just take the laws of morality. It's right to take care of people. It's right to love. It's wrong to murder. Where does that come from?
That's something that is ingrained in us in our behaviors.
That's how we know it. And let me agree with you that maybe there are different ways we can come to know it. If evolution is true, maybe evolution has helped bring it to us. Maybe our parents taught it to us. Maybe society taught it to us. However, my question isn't how we know it. My question is, why is it right to love and wrong to murder objectively? Because, you know, we went to the Nazis and they said, oh, we're just obeying our government. And we said, you had a higher obligation to obey the good rather than your government, and you failed, so you're guilty. So where does this higher standard come? Where does it come from? What is it ontologically?
So to some extent, this is an interpretation of, and I'm probably going to screw this up, but this is an interpretation of why we exist. And so we come from a long lineage of life, and so in order to honor that, we must continue to live. And so to be kind is to honor that life that we have. And life is all that we have.
Okay, I agree with what you're saying here, but you're importing terms, moral terms like honor and good, into an atheistic system that has no way to ground those moral terms. That's my point. Let me ask you another question. I'm going to ask you the question I said I would ask you. If Christianity were true, would you become a Christian?
Yes.
Great. If I give you a book, would you read it?
I'm a busy person. But if you give it to me, I would take a look.
You'll take a look. If you read it, I'll give it to you.
I mean, the guy is a smart
It doesn't seem
guy.
like you're that interested in it.
If you give me your email, I'll tell you that I read it.
You'll tell me what?
I'll tell you that what I read about and what I thought about it.
Oh, that's fine. I'll give you my email, as long as you read it.
All right.
All right, done. See me later. Thank you.
This has to be one of the best debates I've watched. No way. This has to be one of the best debates. I love that the guy is a smart guy. He's actually smart. I love that he is smart. I love this teacher. I don't know if this is Frank, but I love this teacher or this professor or whoever he is. I love that he took it step by step by step. At the end of the day, we are coming from a source. There is actually a source. And that source actually what ingrained morality in us. To do good and not to do good. To know when it is right to do something that is right and when it is wrong to do something that is wrong. So at the end of, I love the fact that I loved how this conversation went, to be honest. I love that, you know, he took it step by step with him, asked him questions, which at a point, if you guys heard him, he said, I think I agree with you. because he was beginning to see some sense in it. Yes, because at the end of the day, atheists probably do not have ground knowledge of certain things. So at the end of the day, we are coming from a source, which is God. A source which is God. Now, I'm sure the book he wants to give him is probably the Bible. You go find out some truth there. It's not just some storybook. It is like a historical book. And it will help him, give him the knowledge he's actually seeking. The guy seemed very intelligent. He seemed actually, he is very intelligent. I loved how the conversation went. There was no back and forth. There was no, oh, I agree with you, I don't agree with you, oh, you're going out of line, you're not going out of line. He tried to understand him. The professor on the other end was giving him questions to actually question what he was trying to say, which I think was a good thing and helped with the argument. At the end of the day, they kind of agree with each other. But they kind of agreed with each other. But I would love to know your opinions and thoughts about this moral argument. I'd love to know your thoughts and comments concerning this. This is very important, and I feel like a lot of young people are struggling with conversations like this. They're still trying to find a gradually the ones that are atheists, young people who are atheists. Yeah, they are still trying to ask questions. They want to know. They are, they are confused. They've heard a lot of things, probably from home, from college, and it still, doesn't make some sense to them. But I love how this conversation went. And if you're one of those young people, I think you should get a Bible, read it, get a teacher who is very conversant with the Word of God, would help you, and I'm sure you'll find your answers, all those questions, you find your answers in the book. Right? I'm not trying to bring religion into this. I'm just trying to let you know that at the end of the day, there is a source. There is something ingrained in us that helps us know, okay, this is wrong and this is right. We need to know that at the end of the day, okay? Yeah. So yeah, this was very interesting conversation. But let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Help us understand. Drop your thoughts, comments, additions would help a lot, to help us understand, especially young people, okay? Yeah, so before you go off, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, you like this video, drop a comment, turn on post notification bell so you can see me next time. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.